true passive income blueprint. This is one of many. This is primarily the one that I have learned that I have the capacity to work on based on my income, and that I have been doing for myself. So there's many content out there, a lot of information out there on how to generate income, whether that's active or passive, right? However, when it comes to passive income, it's generally going to always be around investing into different type of means, methods, or avenues to generate income, right? Now for myself, personally where I'm at, I don't have the type of money to, let's say, invest into hard real estate, like, actual real estate and buy and flip properties or buy and rent properties. Neither do I have the income to generate, let's say, a business that is, just flowing automatically through like a membership or stuff like that, right? So what I found is that one of the ways that I could start when I'm making this video, for many as well, especially if you're like 18, you could start right now, but I'm at the age, is to, step one, create an income portfolio through a brokerage account. An income portfolio is basically having a brokerage account that allows you to invest into the stocks and shares in the stock market, and it's generating income on a regular basis. That's all it is. So for me personally, when I started investing when I was 18, I didn't know what an income portfolio was. I didn't even know what a brokerage account was. I remember I opened a brokerage account with Merrill Hedge or something like that, with the Bank of America. And when I opened that account, all I saw was that graph with all these different stocks and graphs going up and down, and I was totally confused, had no idea what all this meant, and I just logged out, and then I never went back, right? But what I was doing, that if I had known what an income portfolio is and what a brokerage account was, I was saving at the time when I was 18, like, $25 a week, and I was putting it into a savings account. Had I known what I'm going to be sharing in this video now, I would have been putting a portion of that money from when I was 18 into a brokerage account to generate income through investing in, which is step number 2, dividend paying stocks, primarily REITs. So over the last, it's going to be 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 8 years. I've made money working, saved. I've made money doing business, saved. However, when I was looking to let my money work for itself, I thought I came through doing more business, more freelancing. And essentially, I would end up losing money I made, because at the end of the day, to keep generating active income, especially through a business, takes a lot of time, energy, effort, and going back and forth, especially if you're doing B2B, which was a really drain on me. So all the money I made from working, money I made from tax returns, money I made from getting clients, I would have it in a savings account. And then I'm looking to make it grow more, but I didn't know how to do that passively. Had I known what I know now, I would have been putting a great percentage of that money within my income portfolio brokerage account, and I would have been buying dividend paying stocks, primarily REITs. Now REITs are just real estate investment trust funds. As I shared, I don't have the money to invest in actual hard real estate, right? To buy and flip property or buy and hold property and get, monthly income through tenants. So what I learned about, and what many people are talking about online, is REITs, where these are companies that are within the stock market, and they own a conglomerate of various income producing real estate properties. such as malls, such as hospitals, such as, those are the two things that come to my mind, right? The thing about REITs is that based on their status as an organization or as a company, they have to pay dividends. And there's two types of dividends that they pay, monthly or quarterly. Now the cost of a REIT can vary. Some REITs cost like, generally $9, some can cost up to $60, and how much dividends they pay out per share also varies based on the company. One that I personally invest in costs about like $9. It always fluctuates between $9 to $10, and it pays 12 cents per share. There are others that I've invested in where it always fluctuates between like $40 to $60, and it paid about 20 something cents per share, right? So it fluctuates, and that's up to you in your investment strategy of what you want to invest in. However, for me, I start with small ones that are like, $10, $13, $20 the cost. Based on my income, I can gradually generate more of those over time. Now, step 3 is to play the long-term game, which is buying, holding, and collecting. And this is the toughest thing that I find that even when I tell fellow friends and associates about this passive income strategy, is when a lot of times people talk about the stock market, they're talking about trading the stock market, of how you can buy like, options or buy a whole bunch of something, and if it goes up, then you cash out here, right? But you also have to be careful of the dips, the pips, and all type of stuff that I'm still learning about. But when people think about the stock market, they think about trading the stock market. And essentially trading the stock market is something you have to be paying attention to on a regular basis. There are big wins, but there can be big losses. And as I shared, based on my current income, I don't have money to play with like that, right? So I tell fellow people, hey, the stock market is not just that. It's not just trading. You can build what's called an income portfolio. You can buy shares, primarily of REITs, that pay you dividends on a regular basis. And all you have to do is play long term, buy, hold, collect. So for me, for example, when I started investing, I was making like $1 because I was able to buy a couple shares. And now I've gotten to $50 a month, which is about 420 shares of that particular one I'm invested in. So at one point I had like, only 5 shares of the one that I'm invested in. And now I have 420 shares of the one that I've invested in, which has caused my dividends to go from $1 to $50 a month. When I tell people that, it's not, I guess it's too transparent. It's not sporadic, right? However, if you're watching this video, just understand that it is a process, and you have to play the long-term games. The long-term game, especially when it comes to investing. Now, number 4, diversify portfolio, 10 monthly, 10 quarterly. So we're going to diversify your portfolio into 10 REITs that pay monthly dividends and 10 REITs that pay quarterly dividends. And over time, right, the goal, for example, right now, my personal goal that I'm working on is right here, where it's to make $1K a month in dividends. And the strategy for that is to have 10 REITs that are giving me $100 a month in dividends. Now, on average, to get one REIT, on average, from what I've been looking at the different REITs that are within the stock market, $10,000 invested will get you enough shares to get $100 a month with one specific REIT. So on average, $10,000 invested will get you enough shares of a monthly paying REIT to get to $100 a month. This now, when I also share this with many of my fellow associates and friends, they're like, $10,000 just for $100 a month? And sometimes I shake my head because I understand why when certain wealthy people and stuff say, hey, a lot of people just don't have the mindset to build over time is because they're looking at quick money, right? So sure, I'm not saying you'll take $10,000 if you have only $10,000 saved up. I'm not saying just go randomly dump $10,000 in. What I'm saying is that if you budget and take a percentage of your income, you can build up to this $10,000 over time. It doesn't have to be immediately. And there'll be other videos I'll be making on this channel here on my channel on ways to generate income faster. Because for example, there's no way I know I'm going to get to my goal of 10 REITs to $100 a month with a 9-to-5. That's just reality. So I'm very aware of that. However, currently right now with my income, it is possible for me to get to $10,000 in about 12 to 24 months by saving at least $100 a week, maybe $200 a week, for a period of time to get it there. So essentially, the whole point of this video that I'm sharing with you is that you can start right now, whether you're 18, whether you're 20, whether you're 30, whether you're 40, right? You can start right now creating your income portfolio, invest in dividend paying REITs, and playing long term and diversifying that portfolio. You don't have to wait until you have $100,000 in however means or methods you're going to get it to invest. You can start taking portions of your income the same way you would take a couple money to save, put in a savings account, the same way you take some money and put in just aside for emergency, right? Take a little bit of money and put aside into an investment that is going to get you paid, even if it's just a couple pennies. The whole point is that you're in the process of generating passive income over time. And of course, in reality, the more you get is based on the more you invest. So for me, I tend to be able to control the speed at which my dividends grow, like from going from $1 to $50 a month. It took me like 21 months, right? Yeah, 21 months is about 2 years, but I also have a little bit of investments in other things as well within my diversification. So right now my goal is to get at least 2 of the dividends, the stocks or REITs that I'm investing in, to $50 each to get my $100 a month. From there, me personally, I'm gonna let it rock by itself. Focus on savings, focus on lowering debt, all these different type of things. And then reality is my 9-to-5 alone ain't gonna get me to 10 of them at 10 of them at $100 a month. So figure out a business plan. That being said, this is the blueprint. You can start right now. It's not hard, it's not complicated. You could literally open a brokerage account, go, just Google investment brokerage account, make your login, create your account, put your money in, and then start investing in REITs that pay monthly dividends. In the description below this video, I have a PDF that if you you click the link and put your information in. I have a PDF that shares the 10 REITs that I'm currently investing in, that are on my watch list. I'm currently investing in 2 out of the 10, but I have 10 that are in my watch list that are my 10 that I would like to get to $10,000 each, or to get to $100 a month in dividends.